Hey guys, what's going on? I'm coming at you this morning with the the weekend preview for Saturday, December 28th. I'm sorry guys, I'm off. I started a video a little while ago and had to cut it off because I took a phone call. So now I'm starting it over. So here's what's going on the December 28th. You only have one card. It's on Showtime. As of right now, it stands as just a double header. I'm not sure if they're going to have a third fight open the card up. If they do, I'm hoping it's former super middleweight champion Jose Ustadegui, but I don't think it's. I have not read anything that says that's going to be it right there. That it's going to be him. So as of right now, it's just a double header. If they show the Ustadegui fight, I think he's going to knock out his opponent Lionel Thompson. It's just a stay busy fight against nobody. Thompson's, he's a nobody. He's an unknown fighter, just a stay busy opponent for the former champ Ustadegui. So if he opens up the card, I'm predicting him to win by knockout. Now we'll get into the two fights that I know for sure. We'll start with the co-feature. Light heavyweight tilt right here, going to be a good one. You got two top 10 guys, two former champions, crossroads fight for these two guys. Jean Pascal, WBA interim light heavyweight champion right now, is defending his interim title against Badou Jack, former two-division world champion. Both guys are around 35, 36 years old, so they're up there. And, they're just trying for one last big run in this division, before they likely retire. So Pascal, the defending interim champion, he came out of nowhere in August. Everybody had written him off. He took on undefeated Marcus Brown, and he surprised everybody. Brown was really whipping Pascal's ass early, and then Pascal caught him, and he ended up putting Brown down 3 times, and then a cut was suffered by Brown, and I believe it was the 7th or the 8th round that he couldn't continue because of that cut, so they sent it to the scorecards. And Pascal won by 1 point on every scorecard because of those 3 knockdowns. So, big time upset right there. It really derailed Marcus Brown's plans. So, that was a huge win for Pascal. Now, Badou Jack, he fought Marcus Brown also this year. They fought in January, but similar situation. There was a cut, but it was on Jack. Now, Brown was outboxing Badou Jack prior to the cut, but Badou Jack is known to be a second half of the fighter. He kind of is a slow starter, kind of lets the fight go on, doesn't really care if he's behind on the cards, because the second half of the fight he really turns it on and closes the fight strong. That's been his style the last few years, and it's worked out well for him. It's brought him a lot of success. So, not a lot of people got to see that. Nobody got to see that when he fought earlier this year against Marcus Brown, because that cut that he suffered, he just couldn't see. It was right down the middle of his forehead. He had blood streaming all over his face the whole second half of the fight. And he got outboxed and outworked by Marcus Brown and lost the decision. Now, he hasn't fought since then. So we're looking at an 11-month layoff right here, over 11 months, as he heads into this fight with Jean Pascal. But I believe Jack is the favorite. Pascal's a good fighter. He's a good, tough, older fighter. But I really think Jack's going to win this one. But you know what? I think it's going to be a good fight. But I'm going with Jack to win this one by a decision and capture the interim title and throw himself back in the mix, in the top of the light heavyweight division. So I like Badou Jack a lot. That's what I think is going to happen. Make sure you're checking it out on the undercard, because it's going to be a good back-and-forth fight, I believe. But I got Jack winning a unanimous decision, but I do think it could be closer than that. I really do. Pascal's got that kind of style. These guys are going to land a lot of punches, in my opinion. And then the main event. One of the fastest rising stars and most entertaining guys in boxing right now. Undefeated, former 130-pound champion, 2-time champion, Gervonta Davis. Davis is returning. He'll be attempting to win a championship in the second weight class when he challenges for the vacant WBA lightweight title. That's 135 pounds. When he takes on former unified featherweight champion Yuriorkis Gamboa. Davis, youngster right here. Gamboa is a veteran. He's been around a while, but he's been very inactive. The last big fight Gamboa had, like really big fight, was Terrence Crawford back in 2014. But that was at lightweight, and he had success in that fight. That was a very good fight. So, you know, I really think Davis is a heavy favorite here. He's moving into a division where he doesn't have to cut weight anymore. He was cutting weight to make 130, and, you know, he was dominating fighters, but he really didn't face a big-time fighter at 130. Now he wants the big fights at 135, and you know what? Vasily Lomachenko wants to fight him. What's his name? Lomachenko said that he wants to fight Teofimo Lopez first and then Gervonta Davis second. So, you know, Davis has a lot of big things coming his way if he can win this fight against Gamboa. And you know what? I think he's going to have a very successful debut at lightweight. I think he's going to knock Gamboa out, you know, and it's going to be impressive. I think he's going to knock him out within the first few rounds because Davis just has that. He's got great power. He's young, he's fast, and he's actually a really good boxer. And if you haven't seen him yet, you're missing out. He really is a treat to watch. A really good fighter and a young star, and he's going to make his splash at lightweight. I think he's going to do it impressively with a knockout over a former champion, Gamboa. And, yeah, we'll see what happens. But Gamboa, I do think he's, you know, he's an underdog, but he's the kind of guy that could really make a fight out of this. And, you know, because he is fast, even though he's older, he still has fast hands. And, you know, he does have some pop. So I wouldn't be surprised if he makes a fight of it for a little bit, but I really do think Davis is going to win impressively by knockout. So make sure you check it out, though, guys. It's a good doubleheader right here to close out the year on Showtime. You're not going to miss out, and I really think you're in for a treat from both fights on this card. And don't forget, guys, I'm going to start my year-end top 10s. Those are going to start either on Christmas Day, Christmas morning, or Thursday morning. I'm going to start doing those and breaking down each division from 122 all the way to heavyweight. 122 is going to kick off my top 10s. That's super bantamweight, and I'm breaking them up this time, guys. I'm actually doing something new. Instead of doing one whole long thing that takes 20 to 30 minutes, I'm going to break them up into like 10 to 12 minute videos, and we're going to go, you know, some fighters on the list at a time. You know, we're not going to do everybody all at once. I'm only going to talk about a few fighters for 10 to 12 minutes, and I'm gonna count them down while I'm doing that. I'm gonna go in order from 10 to 1. So I think you guys might enjoy it. So make sure you check it out. That's kicking off on Wednesday, but I'm gonna come back tomorrow with the weekend recap, talk about Jermell Charlo and all the fights that took place this weekend, including the ESPN fight that actually happened this morning from Japan. We'll talk about that too. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. All right, guys, True Boxing. You've been hit with the truth.